A new poll by Garen Hardyang Research Group shows a very close race in District 21 Congressional. The candidates are incumbent Republican Chip Roy and Democrat Wendy Davis. Here to talk about this tight race is Travis County GP Chairman Matt Mackowiak and Glenn Smith from Progress, Texas. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here.
Happy to be with you.
Matt, the poll results show a virtual tie in Texas. Wendy Davis tweeting that with continued support, she can win this race. Do you think she can win, or are we seeing just poll numbers that are going to reverse the closer we get to Election Day?
Well, I think that's a Democratic firm, so I think we have to put that disclaimer in there. Look, I do think this race is competitive, and Wendy Davis has raised a significant amount of money, a lot of it outside the district, a lot, even probably a majority outside the state of Texas, a significant amount certainly. But Chip Roy's worked really hard, and he's been an outstanding member of Congress as a freshman. He passed significant legislation to increase flexibility on the PPP bill. He works extremely hard getting around the district all the time. And I do think he's going to win. I think it's going to be a close race, a 2 or 3 point race at the end of the day. But she's going to have a financial advantage, and that's why Chip is getting help from around the country as well.
Glenn Smith, what do you make of these latest polling numbers and Wendy Davis, how competitive she's going to be?
Well, I agree with Matt that it's going to be a competitive race. I mean, it's going to be close all the way to the end, and I agree with that. I mean, Chip Roy's the incumbent, happens to be my congressman. Speaking of getting around the district, I've never seen him in my neighborhood. Wendy Davis is a suburban mom, and to a great degree, this election is about suburban moms. She's smart, she works hard, she understands the need of the people in that district. So I think it's going to be really, really close up to the end. And I think the poll, she's going to be up a point or two. He might the next poll be up a point or two. It's kind of like the statewide races, but the other district races, they're all close.
Matt Mackowiak, what are the key issues in this race?
Well, I think if you asked Chip Roy that, he would say healthcare freedom, the ability of patients to make choices for themselves. He's a cancer survivor. I know that's really important to him. I think second, he would say small businesses. We need to help them through this pandemic that we're dealing with, get them back on their feet, help people stay in work. I think that's really important. And then third, I think he would say, look, that he stands with law enforcement. That doesn't mean that you forget about criminal behavior by a bad police officer here or there. Those people need to be held accountable. But he has consistently stood with law enforcement. We have not seen that from Wendy Davis. I think those are the three issues he's going to run on, and I do believe he's going to win. I think he was held to less than 51% 2 years ago. That was a tough midterm election in terms of the political environment. I think he's going to be in better shape this time around. I actually think the president is probably helpful net in this district. This district goes through the Hill Country into San Antonio. There are some Republican areas.
Glenn Smith, what should Wendy Davis's strategy be from now until Election Day?
Well, I think the number one issue that Matt just mentioned for Congressman Roy is one that she should focus on, too. After all, it is the Republicans trying to repeal the Affordable Health Care Act in the courts. In fact, it was started in Texas, and I think Chip Roy supports that, taking pre-existing condition protections away from millions of Americans. So she should focus on that. She gets the need for health care in rural areas. I also think that I agree about support for small businesses and those that have suffered during the pandemic. And I also think that people that have suffered, individuals who have lost their jobs, who are being evicted, I think she needs to focus and pay attention on them to some degree, because they're going to need the help from all of us.
Okay, we got to wrap it up.